Hi everybody, this is Louis from Glass Blast. Today we're going to do Mercedes-Benz 2019. We got some dents in the door from a side swipe on some pylons, and got a dent in the hood. So I'll spin you around here and I'll show you what the agenda is today. So I'm masking off the back bumper. It's got perfect paint on it except for those two little boo-boos right there, and a little mark right there, and a little chip right there. So I'm gonna just sand them out, fill them, base that area, and clear that back bumper. And then we come over to here, and here's the side swipe. You can see there's a little dimple right there, right on the crown line. Looks like somebody's been into this already, because there's some material right there. That white stuff at the top there, that's Bondo, and there's some sand scratches and some gray primers. So this door was hit before, so I'm going to grind that out and pull it out a little more and make it look nice, and fill it and block it and make it straight. There used to be a big crease right there where that dirty spot is, and I tapped that in and with that body hammer very methodically, and I got these high spots all kind of rolled into the skin of the door. Now I need to feather edge it and fill it and block it straight and prime it and base it and clear it. And then there's a little whack right here and a little chip right there. You can see the chip there on the back door, and then there's a big dent right here. Kind of makes it bow up into the handle. So I'm going to put stud welder on that crown line right there, pull that out, tap in those high spots that when it flattened out it made a high spot, and then knock that in right there, that spot right there, and then try to get that crown line in, and then I'll fill that area and block it and prime it and make it look pretty. And then if we come over here to the hood, basically the paint on it's pretty good, but she had one of those signs, and you can kind of see the dent in there when you see the shadow. And then there's kind of some irregularity up above this spot right here. So I'm going to stud weld that, heat it up and tap it a bit and try to shrink it out, you know, and make it so it's very minimal body filler in it, and then fill it, block it out, paint it, base clear, and do this hood really nice and get some nice clear on it. So we got her basically all masked up, and I'm ready to just do a little micro body work and fix this and prime it and block it and blow it off and tack it down and base clear it. And then when it's dry, you know, I'm sure I'll have a couple specks of dust on it, let it dry real good, and then I'll go over it with some 2000 wet paper and some swirl remover, and I'll polish out the little tiny idiosyncrasies that it may develop in it. There's even a little tiny dent right there on the end of this crease. A little dent right there in that light reflection. Yeah, I gotta make sure that's knocked out a little bit and filled. Right on. Okay, well, I'm gonna carry on with this job, and we'll see you in the middle. So we're in the thick of it here. Got the 2019 Mercedes-Benz SUV, and we're doing a little body work under the lip here where it was kind of knocked in a bit. We've repaired the hood. The hood's repaired now, and it's all masked up. And I'm working on, there was a dent right here. I put a stud welder on there and I pulled that line out, and then I put a little filler on there. I'm just doing a final block on that. And then this area right here, put a little material on there, but it's just kind of wavy. So I like to put lots of mud on it, and then spend lots of time blocking it out, so that I can creep up on it slowly and I don't have to like, oh, it's still low, I gotta put more on, and then start sanding all over again. So I like to load it up good, so I got something to sculpt. And the back bumper's all prepped, sanded, feather edged. I got a little bit of fill right there to do, but other than that, that's basically it. There's the hood. It's all primed up. It's nice and dry now. And I just checked here with a little paper just to see how we were drying, and it's chalking up pretty good. So I got a little bit of runs in the primer. So I got a bit of run to sand out. I normally don't have that happen, but it was the metal was a little cool, and I turned the heat on, but it was still cool yet, and I put a thin coat on, and it was fine. And then I thought, okay, I'll give it another coat, and sure enough, I got some runs in it, but body's nice and straight. This will all block out nice tomorrow. I got the heat on, and it's gonna flash off real good, and then I can chalk this off, and we'll do a guide coat on it and block this primer out. I got about 3 coats of primer, high solids primer on it, so it should be good. So there we got that little boo-boo nice and smooth and straight on the back hatch here. So we're going to shoot a little bit of primer on that, and I got the back bumper all sanded off. There's 2 little scratches there. I got that all primed and sanded. It's blowing off now. There's that little tiny spot right in the middle there. It was like a tiny little micro low spot, so I got that filled and I got it sanded out. Feels pretty good, so I'm just going to go ahead and put a coat of primer on this door again. And the hood's feeling good. I like the hood. Feels really nice. Just get it washed down, get it nice and clean. Get the dust out of the air with the fan on when I'm ready. And then I'm going to shoot some base on it, and then put some clear on it and make her shine. Dry up and flash off. So yeah, there is some base on there. I want to let that flash right off. That's going to be kind of like my guide coat, because I'm going to water sand the base coat. I'll clear it, and then I'll probably end up polishing the clear. So I think my paint mixer's goofed on the color. I got some base on there, and I can see, you can't see it in the camera, but I can see a differentiation between the white and on the hood and the white on that I sprayed on, and it's different somehow. I mean, even when you look at it here, I know it hasn't got any clear on it, but it looks a little more grayish white, and it's got to be pure white. So I don't know what happened. I think I'm gonna have to go and mix, get them to check the mix, because I got somebody else's paint or something here, because it's not right on the money. So I'm gonna go and talk to them Monday. So now put a mask on and blow it off and mix up some clear and put some clear on it. Looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Now we just gotta put a nice coat of clear on it, make it look as smooth as possible. Alright. Hold on.
So there we go. Got a coat of clear on it. I'm going to have to do a little water sanding and polishing because this is not a spray booth. But I can sand out all the dirt, and it's not like black dirt. It's just kind of like, you don't see it, you just see texture. So you sand the texture off and polish the surface. This here looks great. All the dents are fixed. A little spot back here needs a little bit of water sanding. There's a little furry right there. The hatch looks great.
So now I've water sanded out the hood and I'm starting to polish it now. I'm getting a little bit of shine. I gotta go and get a can of polish. I'm gonna get some swirl remover and give her a quick once over to take off, you know, the tiny little dust particles and stuff. So it'll be another night of, you know, making sure that it's good and dry. I got it all sawed down with 2000 grit sandpaper. So now I just gotta hit it with some polish. The polish I had's too fine, it's too slow. It's great for a final polish, but not right off the get-go. So I'm gonna get a little coarser polish and then go over it with finer. So I water sanded the hood and took off all the little noogies that landed in the clear. I mean, it's like I haven't got a high-end professional spray booth here, so I get a little cooties and then I just sand them off. So that was the hood. That was a lot of buffing. So because we have a busted grill, we have to replace it with this new grill here, and then there's another piece that goes over top of it, this little silver piece here that goes over top, and then these little chrome pieces has to be pulled out and pushed in here on all four of those areas. And in order to do that, you have to take the front bumper off, because the grill snaps into the bumper, and the headlights have to come off in front of the bumper. So you can't change your headlight unless you take the front bumper off. Isn't that wild? And then you have to take the wheel well out and take this fender flare off here, because that goes over this seam here. And then there's bolts that go in through here probably that bolt the fender onto the bumper. So in order to change the grill, you have to take the whole fascia off. In order to get the fascia off, you have to take these bolts out. You have to take the wheel off, and then take the inner fender well out so you can gain access to go up in here and get these bolts out, because the headlights have to come out. But before they come out, the bumper's got to come off. So everything's kind of like got to come off a certain way before you can get something else off, just to change your grill, because the grill snaps in behind the bumper right here into this little area. So it's a real shit show. And this grill here was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces, and the tolerances are so tight that it's like you have to squeeze them to make them snap together, and you're afraid to break it. So it's really really tight tolerances in these Mercedes. So there's the thumbtack, and that goes in the hole right there, and then a little pin goes inside it to spread the legs. And that's it. And those two here go in the bottom. And they don't want to go in unless you have the pin pulled out. Look at that. Oh, let's pull out. There we go. And then one more right here. There, that's that. So now I got to put the belly pan on. Fasten that on. That goes on bolts. And this is the belly pan here. So Gotta stick that on there. That goes up like that. And behind there. Alright, so I'm gonna get a socket and run that up there. The leaves out. And this goes up there like that. And this goes under the belly pan there. There's a belly pan that goes underneath the, and then this tucks underneath this, and underneath this, like that. So there's one bolt right there. Bolt. And then this goes here. So I'll just put all these bolts in. There's one right there, one there, and one there. So there we go, all the bolts are back in the belly pan all the way along. And everything's back together here underneath. So here we go, we finally got her buttoned up. There's a little thing right there that goes in the bumper. It's laying in the back. I just base cleared it. But it needs a bath. I was going to give it a bath here, but I thought maybe just let Nicole go ahead and do it. But it could use a nice car wash. The back bumper had a little mark in the middle there, remember? And these two doors here had some damage. There was some damage down there. And there was a damaged spot right by the door handle. And the hood was smashed right here. It's got a little compound on there yet. And then I put a new grill in it, so I had to take the front bumper off, and that was a real cluster. But it's all done. So you can take it and give it a bath now. There's nothing wrong with this side. So there we go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.